Hello, my name is Bill Yassis, and I am a teacher with the DSP Skilling Program. And I heard about the Shaoulee processing unit here, where they are processing their own whole grains for sale to the community. And this is my love language. Grains are what I really am excited about. I've been a baker for 40 years, and when I hear about something like this, where local grains are being milled fresh every day, I had to come and find out what it's all about. Are you Pema?
Yes, lah, kuzangpo.
Oh, kuzuzangpola. I found these beautiful items in your shop.
Yes, thank you.
And actually, I'm a big admirer because my chef friends have told me about your processing plant.
Oh, yes.
Shaoulee, am I saying correctly?
Yes, lah. Shaoulee food products, lah.
Shaoulee Food Products. And here we are in the middle of it. I'm so happy to be here. I feel like it's kind of a place that I always dreamed about finding.
Yes.
Because even in my country, this is the type of thing which I'm trying to build into my baking and pastry.
Yes, lah.
So I'm very happy to meet you.
Same here,
And
lah.
I'd love to hear about how you got started.
Shaoulee food products. Shaoulee, it means soya bean in the Kurtebkha from the east.
I see.
Shechangacha. So the name was given by Zongsa Jamyang Khyentse Rinpoche because I started my business back in 2013 with soya products like tofu, miso, and soya milk, and I started with that. So initially our plan was to help the farmers of Bhutan, and now over 12 years in the running business, I think I'm doing quite well with over 4,500 farmers with me, 12 women employments. I have employed 12 women with me. Then I'm able, the target of my business, my enterprise was to cater to the self-sufficiency, agriculture self-sufficiency, food self-sufficiency of Bhutan.
I see. Ah,
and
so
getting-
that's you're speaking my language because my job in New York is working on a farm that is sustainable, regenerative agriculture, and our aim is also to support farmers who are growing small lots, but in a way that's healthful for us personally and for the planet.
Yes.
And I just walking in this door, I can smell so many fresh grains, and some I recognize, some that I don't even recognize. But I feel like I've met a kindred spirit when I come in here.
Thank you.
And so you said you started out with soybean.
Yes.
And so you were making miso,
Tofu,
tofu,
soy milk.
Yes. And in this location?
No, we started at Olaha.
I
Firstly,
see.
at I had a rented apartment. So in that small kitchen.
In your apartment?
Yes.
That's how you started?
Yes. Then after that, I applied for lease land. It is from Jungdasang,
I see.
the Gapnen project. So they gave me this land. I'm very grateful to them also for supporting an enterprise like me, which for them supporting me is like supporting the farmers of Bhutan. So I'm very grateful to them.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, they need to have an outlet. They need to have somebody who can help them to get to the public.
Yes.
And that's so often in many countries, the problem is that middleman sometimes corrupts the product and over refines or makes processed food out of that product rather than bringing it to the public in its natural state as you are doing.
That problem was also there in Bhutan previously. The middleman, or what we say, somebody who collects from the farmer and who brings it to the market. So the margin or the price difference, the payment made to the farmers and the consumer that were buying, there was a huge gap, and I think so many people were involved in between, like middleman A, B, C, D, something like that. So I am directly collecting it from the farmers and maybe one or two aggregators in between sometimes. If the quantity is less, then it need to be aggregated. That is the case. But what I do is I pay good amount, like reasonable amount to the farmers,
Yes.
prices to the farmers, and I don't charge high here. So I'm making it very affordable to the consumers. In that way, I'm able to purchase more from the farmers. So the target is with quality, but in huge quantity.
To me, this is the secret for a healthy future
Yes.
for us and for the, because what you're talking about is true around the globe for every commodity, not just grains, whether it's cacao beans or wheat or soy. All of these have the middleman that is taking everything and giving very little to the farmer. So the farmers who are growing the way they are growing here without chemicals, using rotation crops and using different kinds of methods which are natural. It's very hard for a farmer to make money like that. I know that in America. I can only imagine here.
Bhutan, America is much more developed than Bhutan. Bhutan, the road access is poor, the agriculture technology is also like pretty much like the backward compared to the other developed countries, and because of the harsh terrain, so the farmers are having more difficult. I believe the Bhutanese farmers are like more hardworking, and they have to face like more difficulties in the farming project compared to other like high-tech countries. We have lots of fallow land coming up because of the migration and all. So my target is like, if possible, I want to say that there are no agriculture fallow lands in Bhutan. This is one of the mission of our fifth king. So I want to like be part of that project.
Fantastic. Yeah, this we are developed in America, but I think too developed. We sort of ignore what nature is telling us, and we think we can tell nature how it should work, and so we're adding chemical fertilizers and products which are really not good for us.
Would you like to sit?
Yes, I really want to continue because I've already learned so much in the first few minutes. You started out with soybeans and soy milk and tofu, and now this huge array of grains. How did you move from soybeans in your kitchen at home to this beautiful array?
It became, in our project, everything was there, like all the, because that's why it's called Shaoulee food products, and it was going to be like all the processing. We wanted to like, we didn't want to say no to farmers. So whatever the farmers gave us, we wanted to do something out of it. So that's why after shifting here, it became much more easier because this is a very spacious place where we can do so many things. Now I'm feeling this place is a bit small because I am doing so many things.
Yeah.
So ultimately we started one by one. It was in our like target goal also that we wanted to collect everything from the farmers. So it was decided. It was a very well planned project. Then the thing that happened, I think that I realized was during the COVID time, farmers were not able to like, they were having logistic problem. That gave me a determination to help them more. So I was thinking, it gave me a lot of like stress. What do you say? I had lots of sympathy and empathy to them. Like I really felt the pain when they were not able to sell their like produce, which they had worked, and the lockdown, COVID lockdown. So it really hurt me like deeply, like saddened me. So I was thinking that now I have to like do it. So there's no chance there's no way that I will back out. So then I like started doing it more vigorously.
I see. Okay. And you were, so you have been doing this and growing for 12 years.
Yes.
And how do you see the future? Because you've kind of outgrown this space and you have so many different products. Where do you think you will go from here?
If I am still going at this pace, then I think I will be like what I'm doing now into five times more.
Yeah.
Have my own like local cuisine restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Another project. Then have an agriculture museum.
Can I have a job?
Yes. Most welcome. So agriculture museum type, together
Amazing.
with my shop, together with my outlet, where I want to inspire the youth. Like agriculture work is very easy. Not easy, but agriculture work is very like rewarding and all. Because agriculture in Bhutan, agriculture is regarded as the backbone of the economy. So I really want to make that happen. It is there, but I want to make it like I want it to come up as a more practical version, I believe the youths, they are not into like food and agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asking them to go for farming and all. For farming, you need skills.
Yes.
That is not possible. But at least appreciate what is coming from the soil. At least know the background. At least study on them. Have a curiosity to learn about food and everything. Because food, most people we live to eat. Like when we eat only we can survive. So
Yes.
we have to respect the things that are keeping us alive.
Yeah. I noticed that I sometimes teach baking classes to children, and I try to always introduce like healthy grains, or even if we're making pizza, I introduce vegetables. And many of these children are picky, and they don't want to have green vegetables, especially green. But I noticed that if they work on it themselves, if they've touched it, if they cut it, then it's the best thing in the world. Then they want to try it. And I think the same is true of gardening, or just the idea of growing something in the soil is something that young people really turn to very easily. Once they see that seed that grows into something wonderful like this, then they're sold on it.
Yes.
And so that's your future plan. And now, do I understand, are you selling these products outside of Bhutan?
No, la.
I see.
It's only concentrated on domestic market. So that's why you can see the packaging is very raw. We don't add any preservatives.
Natural.
So we just pack it and it finishes in 1 to 2 days.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
It's very easy for us.
Yeah.
So most of the flours, it will not last more than 3 days.
Right,
So if the demand is less, we make it a point that we produce a less quantity.
I see.
So we can make fresh.
Yeah.
Every batch comes out fresh.
That's really the key.
So it's fully domestic market.
That's wonderful. I noticed that that in the West, we are producing a lot of white flour, which means that all the nutrients are removed.
Yes.
The wheat germ, the bran for fiber, and the purpose of that. And then they go ahead and bleach it as well, which the whole purpose is shelf life, the opposite of what you're doing. And yet, by having that kind of long shelf life, we have removed all of the nutrition that is in those grains. So what you're having here not only tastes better, but it's more nutrient dense and better for us.
Yes.
Wonderful. Do you think, and so this, we see a lot of product here. So you're telling me that this will mostly be moved out in 2 days.
Yes.
Like I see some empty shelves here, so it goes very fast.
Yes.
And you mill it here fresh.
Yes.
What kind of mill do you have?
The old one, the old version, the traditional ones.
I see.
The meal, one meal is very exciting. One meal used to be my grandfather's. He used to use it in Wamrong, the Tashigang. It's far east, complete east from here. So he passed away. Then I thought, my father also thought, actually it was his idea to bring the meal here because it was left idle there. So one part of him is here with us.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And still working, this mill.
La.
Yeah, those are the best
and
ways.
That meal is functioning very well. So I think that meal will be like older than me. So 35 to 40 in 40 years. And we again bought the mustard oiling machine also from that place last year only, but we are not able to install it. So once we are able to do it, I think we will like we are currently buying mustard also, but we wanted to like encourage farmers to plant more.
Yeah, wonderful. That's just amazing. It's you're helping to develop a very self-sufficient system. A system where the local people are really part of this community. Through you, they're really in touch with their customers, the end user, the people who buy from you. And I think that's really the secret to great food. And that's what I like to do in my baking.
Yes, thank you.
And so just to pursue that last question, why only the domestic market?
Because I want my people to have the good part first.
Very nice.
Additional to that, domestic market is like you can predict it. You can rely on it.
I see.
Because there's a sense of belonging. If you are into export, then you have to rely on the other party, the other country's policy, which makes it very difficult for me, not difficult for me, but difficult to other entrepreneurs or food processors or business people to like work on it. But they are able to do it. I'm very proud of them. But when they are concentrating on export, the consumption quantity become from the farmers become less. So I don't want that to happen to my farmers. So, and the domestic market is quite good. I'm still not able to meet the market demand, the domestic market demand. So I will continue to do it. And if there is surplus, then I will think about export.
I see.
With better packaging, and then maybe sad part I will have to add preservatives also.
Yes. Well, that's what I was going to say, that if you do go into the foreign market, your name is on the product, but you don't know, once you hand it off to them, what they do with it. Maybe they will store it too long, or maybe they will store it incorrectly, and then your name is being represented with lower quality.
Yes,
so
sir.
that could damage your marketing. And well, what strategies do you have in mind for this growth that you have spoken about?
So the first thing is like be a reliable source market for the farmers. So I want to like have they trust me, those with whom I'm working, but I want to be a bigger trust group. That I want to be a reliable source of market for them, so they are not discouraged. And the second strategy is I need to work more hard, be consistent in what I'm doing, and like the talk about good food and bad food, awareness on good food and bad food will again give me a better market.
Yes. Yeah, I think trust is really the key issue here. And the trust extends not only from the farmer to you, but from you to your customer.
Yes.
They know that when they come here, like when I came in here, there was a line of people coming in, and we had to close the door in order to chat like this,
Yes.
which is really, it really warms my heart to see this kind of business thriving here. I'm so learning so much from you, and I can just feel it when I walked in here, even if you didn't explain to me what your guiding principle and philosophy is. But I should ask you, what is your guiding principle and philosophy that motivates you?
Firstly, like we are born in a Buddhist country. So the basic principle, I'm a born Buddhist, so basic principle of Buddhism teaches us to help others, like feel for others, like growing together. And I think that is one of the key principles. And maybe like the way my parents brought me up, my father used to be an agriculture specialist in machinery. So whenever he says that farmers are struggling, from my childhood only, that kind of statement was in my head. So I was like brainwashed by my environment to come into this situation. But I'm very happy for what I'm doing at the current moment. I'm never stressed. I'm very proud of myself. Maybe I don't know about others, but I'm very proud of myself and very happy in this environment also. Like I have to work sometimes like 16 hours, like 18 hours.
Long day.
Yes, but still then their tiredness is not there, physical tiredness. I'm always like motivated, inspired, and excited about what I'm doing. Every day it's like new thing to me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see when those of us who work in food, I always think it's easier because we don't have so much abstraction. Of course, there's some accounting, there's marketing, there's those things, but at the end of the day, we can see what we have. We can eat it.
Yes.
It's actually real. And I do understand what you mean about compassion and empathy, and you feel that you're part of this process of growing things in the earth and getting it to people who want to eat. What about help from the outside? Do you have, are there people that support you, that help you with investment, or would you like to have more?
There's a private NGO called Lhadon Foundation. I got support to buy at the initial stage. I didn't have any machines, so Lhadon Foundation funded me to buy one machine. That helped me a lot, and that machine is still functioning. So, and yes, the other government agencies are also like helping me around, like supporting me, facilitating my work, and like guiding me. Like there's a program called YELP from MOIS, Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Employment.
Oh, yes.
So the Department of Entrepreneurship and Employment have supported me to like support my staff with additional income because they are from underprivileged, so they are like working class people, so they have helped me with that one. I'm all grateful to them, even if it's not benefiting me, but it's benefiting my staff. So if my staffs are happy, they will perform well. I'm very sure of it. Then DAMC, the Department of Agriculture and Marketing Cooperatives, Department of under the Ministry of Agriculture, plays a very vital role in keeping me alive or sustaining, because I am like most of the time at their place, like asking help, asking guidance, asking for information and everything. So most of the time they it will be shocking for people to know that a government agency can be very helpful to you in an indirect or direct way. It's not always about fund and capital, but they are guiding me, like they think like I'm one of them. So I feel belonged with them.
Yeah, that technical expertise is really vital to the success of a business.
Yes.
And I'm sure that they are thankful that you are so appreciative of it.
And I got additional help and trainings from the government agencies, like they sent me to Thailand for 3 months training in food processing. And from a private entity, I'm very grateful to Zongsa Jamyang Khense. He sent me for organic food training in Singapore.
Oh, wow. You're doing top of the line studies.
Yes, I'm trying.
I'd like to back up a little bit and talk about something you mentioned earlier, because you said you have many people on your team. And I think I understood you to say that it's women are on your team. Yes. It's all women.
Yes, la.
That's fantastic. How did that come about?
If we go on the general sense, please don't be offended.
I'm fine.
They are more reliable. Of course, I wanted to employ. I did employ males.
I understand completely.
I did employ males, but they didn't last like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Like they hardly stayed 2 months also.
Right.
So they were not reliable for me.
We're like butterflies. We stay and then we fly away.
Yes, I think men don't like this kind of job. But
maybe
my women, they are mostly the struggle. They are struggling with their life. Yeah. Some are like divorced with children, no one to look after their family. Then some are abandoned by their children, and some like mostly they are single mothers here, and they are doing very well. Like to me, I am very grateful for them being here and being part of my team. And I'm also very happy that I'm able to help them, and they know what I am doing. And if we see a company that is functioning, I think this will be one of the perfect example where an uneducated sectors of women is running this business, this enterprise. If you are here whole day, then you will know that how efficiently they will function. Sometimes, they are left behind because they don't come to the shop often, so they don't remember what is not in the stock. But as soon as they realize it, it will not be like they will immediately work on it. So the teamwork is very good here, and I think because of the personality or the nature of being a woman, which is associated with nurture, I think makes them like capable for doing the work here, very possible.
Yeah.
The work efficiency, if I have to rank it, it will be like 100 out of 100 or more than 100.
I always think when looking to hire a new employee that the most important part is attitude. And if your attitude is to be positive, to show up, to learn when you can, and sometimes we forget, but you relearn it, that's the most important thing to a successful business. And I can see that you have really nurtured and cultivated these people on your team, and I can feel their gratitude to you.
Yes.
I've noticed you have a very positive attitude and an uplifting spirit, which is, I think, part of the success of your business. But there must be some challenges that sort of worry you, or challenges and obstacles that you fear in the future. What do you think about that? What keeps you up at night?
Challenges as a woman, not much, but there must be some when you go out and all the scary world. But and I know that not all women will be privileged like me. especially like all over the world. Some are deprived of education, some are like grown up in an abusive family, war zone countries. So in that regard, I feel I'm very blessed to be born in Bhutan. So as a person wise, I am very happy, and I'm more happy to be born as woman. I feel like if I was not born as woman, then I will not have taken up this business, because that is one emotion that I have seen, like most women have this kind of emotions where the nurturing, as I stated earlier, the emotion of nurturing.
Yes.
So when I feel for others, then it gives me the inspiration.
Yes.
Currently for Shaoulee, as a food processing, I am struggling with the infrastructure and few machineries, but mostly infrastructure, because if chef is coming around and it is quite laid back and it is not to the standard of the, like, it needs to be improved, not to the standard of standard food processing, or a very appropriate structure should be. So we are just like doing it in the village style here, that also in the capital. So if I get a chance, like if I get an opportunity, or if I get any kind of fund, then the first challenge that I'm facing right now is with regard to the structure or the infrastructure. I want to solve that.
I see.
Then with regard to being in a very blessed country where everything is like very peaceful, and also I think I am very ignorant of the problem or challenges that other people are facing, because I am not being in their shoes, so I am not able to notice much lah.
That makes me think that when you're looking at these new technology and machinery, you must do a lot of research about what is out there.
Yes lah.
How do you choose the right path forward?
I am in this background, like, so I know like which machine will function or which machine will not function. And the social media has been a very great tool for me to learn about machines. So like for other people, they use social media for like the influencers, and they just show the glamour part, vacation and all. So if you like open my social media account, automatically it comes about machine, information, food, creativity.
Nice.
So I'm curious. So like I am using whatever is available in my surrounding, like fully utilizing it, like taking advantage of every situation. And whenever I go outside, I like learn about machines. So I enjoy going to exhibitions and expos where the agri machines are being shown, the food tech machines are shown. I'm very excited. Then mostly like I like refer the YouTube feedbacks and the reference from them. Then I again, like as I stated earlier, I again consult the agriculture machinery specialist team also. Like I ask for them.
I see.
And my father is also a great, he's also a specialist in machinery, so he has been very supportive.
So you have a genetic disposition to knowing about machines, because your father knows.
My brother is also from the mechanical background.
Very good. You have a lot of help.
Yes.
Wonderful. With all these challenges, and obviously there's also a lot of satisfaction and happiness here, but with the challenges such as COVID, etc., have you ever thought of giving up?
Not really.
Good.
It never clicked me. Always the point is like how I'm going to make it big, how it's going to get bigger. So that is always the statement. Wonderful. So like maybe I'll give up when my farmers give up on me.
I'm sure they won't.
But I want other enterprises like me to come up, so that the farmers are benefited more. So there will be more positive impact on the society.
Wonderful.
So I want somebody like this processing, something like this processing to come up all like in and around the country.
I think the world needs it. Tell me about all these beautiful grains here.
These are the ones that I have in my processing unit at here in my shop. So
many colors.
Yes.
So tell me about this one.
This one is barley. So looking at the color, I can tell that this is from Gaselo.
Oh, really?
Wangdi. The white one, there's another barley. It is a bit whitish color, whiter than this one. This one comes from the east. But I don't know the reason, maybe of the climatic change and all, or maybe the seedling difference. I asked from some people who were like the agriculture expertise, they also didn't have the answer. Maybe I didn't get the right person. Someday I'll find it out. But from the east, the white one comes, and from west, or especially from the Gaselo side, this one comes.
Amazing. And underneath, I'm guessing this is corn, maize?
This is from Mongarla.
Mongar
Yes.
in the east.
Yes, I keep track of all the purchases I am doing, the record of the purchases I am doing. So maybe I'll miss out some, but mostly I will know like from whom I got.
Yeah.
But I'm very bad with faces. I will not recognize the farmer, but I will know his name and
Oh.
like his voice.
That's a nice switch. And this very tiny seed here, what are we looking at?
This is foxtail millet.
Foxtail millet.
This is also from Mongar.
It just looks delicious.
Yes.
And this red is such an incredible color.
This is amaranth.
Amaranth.
The foxtail millet, they are known as, they are one of the indigenous crop of Bhutan.
Oh.
But the exciting thing about millet and some cereals grain, they are climate smart crop. So they can like be grown in drought affected areas or the harsh climate or the rising temperature. So this kind of things are there. And my next business, the target or in my business, the next project is I want to promote the indigenous crop of Bhutan, because what I have learned is our farmers have like planted those crops because they were climate smart crops. They will, and they are very like nutritious and very good for health. They are gluten free. They are like have high fiber, high nutrition, then high like content of vitamins and minerals. They have something like that.
Wow.
So I have made a proposal to my Minister of Agriculture, like to help on the support of like reviving the indigenous crops of Bhutan. So some I really want to do it.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's where we have to do that, because these are plants which adapt to changes because they are from this area. So they have been here a long time and probably had to make that adaptation in the past, maybe thousands of years ago, and still here. Now, this one is also amaranth, I
Yes,
understand?
the white one.
I see. Very good. Wow. Tell me about these over here. I'm going to scooch closer.
This buckwheat, this came from Dagana. This is the rice. So we call it ray. So we call it ray, but the interesting part is like we use it in the dunagu. That's why we keep it here. And some people like to have like people come here asking like, do you have the unhulled rice? So we give it. This is bitter buckwheat. This is our local wheat. I will, if I cover all, I think the story will be too long, but I would love to like talk about this one, the millet that I usually get from Tashiangsi. So there's a place in Tashiangsi, in Titso, it falls under Titso Gyok. So I heard that the gup who has been helping me told me that the hike is to that village is like a few hours, so they have to bring it on the horseback.
Oh, this came on horseback.
Yes.
Nice.
So this is last season's one, and soon we are going to get the new one, so we will be going there. I'm very excited actually. Then this, why I want to promote millet, if I am given chance, I love to have all, but if somebody asks me like what you want to like, what should I have for my diet, then I will say like you should take all the millets and buckwheat, because millet has high fiber. It is it's a protein, like not protein, it's a high fiber with high nutrition, no gluten, and that's why. And year 2023 was declared as the millet year by the UN.
Oh, wow.
So that means there is something miracle in this plant.
It really is.
And the staple diet of Bhutan, they used to, like we call it dengo. So you make like you make a dough like in the hot water, like a bread type, but the wet one. So our ancestors or our forefathers used to have that one, but because of the cheap import of rice, the change in diet happened. But I want to revive this one, because on the aspect of health,
much healthier.
I want to revive all, but this one is on my top list.
Yeah.
So first is this one, then followed by the other grains and cereals, and the corn grit also, which we call karang.
And how do you prepare the corn, the karang?
You mean or cook it or?
Yeah, but what if I got this in my kitchen and I was Bhutanese, what would I do with it?
Add it with rice.
I see.
And cook it with rice. But if you want to have plain, if you can have it plain, then that's also okay. And I like to make it exciting, because Bhutanese people, it's just rice, emadatsi, kewadatsi, or so it looks boring. To make the cooking interesting, I tell them, like they were some customers when they ask me how should I make it, and make porridge, make make pancake. If
Yeah.
it is flour,
Oh.
make pancake. If it is like in the granule form, then I
Mm-hmm.
tell them make porridge out of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
add whatever you want to add.
Yeah. Yes.
Add whatever you want to add. Make it exciting.
Yeah.
So try it.
And,
So that there should be change in diet.
and plenty of chilies.
Yeah, that we can't avoid. Even I love chili. Chef, you like
I
chili?
love it. I love it.
Oh, good.
And now I've heard of a buckwheat pancake in Bhutan. Is that common or is that special?
That is common,
Uh-huh.
but not in the everyday diet.
I
But I
see.
love to have that buckwheat mix, like bitter buckwheat, sweet buckwheat, and millet powder, millet flour, not powder, millet flour, and other flours like amaranth flour, mix together and come up so that you
Wow.
can have varieties of nutritions in
That's
it.
a whole meal in
Yes,
itself.
I
Yeah.
want to like promote that one. So
Yeah.
we have one ready-made, ready-to-eat flour. We call it shipchi. That's a multi-grain flour.
Ah.
So we have around seven or eight cereals and grains together.
Oh.
So if I'm more happy, I'll put more varieties. Just joking, like the option available. So I try to put as many as possible.
Well, I think your personality is proof that this is good for living and good for health and just a way to make yourself happy with all these beautiful grains. I mean, just visually, it's really stunning. Such soft colors. You're a dedicated person with a passion for what you do. I'm just curious, like, if you were not running Shaoulee food products, what would you be doing?
In my school days, I wanted to become a teacher.
Oh, I'm sure you
Then-
would be a good one.
Thank you. Then maybe if that is one option, then another one would be like I would have loved to join a social charity work organization. I would love to work there. If given a chance, I will still, if my time permits me, I would like to like go there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you really are a teacher anyway,
That's
but you're teaching such an important thing about these foods and where they come from and how to use them. There's how do you see the Bhutanese food industry in the future? Where will it go?
I think at the current moment where there is awareness in the good food by the health and like people like they want to do a healthy diet, I think it will go in right track. And if given a chance, like my dream for like the Bhutanese food industry in Bhutan, my dream will be to have 100% self-sufficiency, like less of import. At the current moment, I think 70% of the food is being imported.
Oh,
So I want that to really come down.
yeah.
I'm really trying hard to bring that down.
Yeah, yeah. This is a challenge in so many countries. Where I mean, I remember when I started to be a chef, we thought, oh, we have to get things from the farthest countries to be good. We have to buy from Europe. We have to buy from South America. But only in the last 20 years have we recognized that the fish, the grains, the fruits that we have in our own country are really delicious themselves. And so I think that many places around the globe are going through that, where they realize, well, we have great things in our own backyard and we should be using them.
Vocal for local.
Local for local, yes. Is there a secret to developing this business over all these years, growing it and continuing these relationships with the farmer? What is your secret to success?
If I jot it in in words, it will be my consistency, my interest, persistence, those things, and I think discipline also.
Yeah.
So what I am motivated. I think I'm too much motivated by my surrounding. That is one. But I think for all the business to thrive, there should be consistency. And the consistency is the key word in every business, because sometimes you fail, sometimes you are not like sometimes you're not given the importance, or sometimes you're not heard of. That is the time when people back out, thinking that their business was a mistake. I don't think any business is a mistake, but there should be a consistent where you should come up, like you should keep on trying to reach at certain level where you are being recognized. For me, it was not easy, but I think I was like I am like motivated most of the time. That's why I'm able to keep up.
Yeah, I can see that the consistency and quality control is one of your strong points, because when we see all of these products, they're just perfect.
So,
They're ripe, they're clean, they're ready to be milled, and so consistency. I think that's a good lesson for us to remember.
yes.
So something I read about and hear about is this challenge that many young people are leaving the country for greener pastures that they see elsewhere. What is it about Bhutan that made you want to stay?
Bhutan itself, my country, and my family. In a way, like if I, it maybe I'm not that courageous enough. I don't have the courage to leave my family behind, my appa amma, and I don't have the courage to leave this beautiful place where I grew up, where I feel belong. Um, it This place is what we call, get a sense of identity. So this place like made me who I am today. So I don't think, and our great leaders like our great fourth and fifth king both have been very inspiring to me in my day-to-day life. So I think I never had a thought of leaving my, like, for training and yeah, for exposure you have to go out, but to settle at other places not possible.
Yes, I can totally understand that. The beauty of Bhutan is just, you know, maybe if you haven't seen someplace else, you don't realize how special and magical it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's normal for young people to want to imagine these greener pastures and maybe something over there.
Yeah, that one maybe it's because now the value of materialistic things have like is coming into like the mentality of having a more materialistic things,
Yes.
like gives you a higher status in the society. But
Yeah.
I, even if I was not working, I think I will not starve in Bhutan. That is
Yes.
the speciality.
Yes.
So like it's how you prioritize your life. So mine has been my country, my king, my family, and maybe I am like laid back financially sometimes, but not like that. And I'm very
Right.
happy. Like I may be struggling financially, but
Yeah.
I'm not starving. So that is the plus point. And with working with this, I am never starving.
Right. My grandmother used to say to us, "You have a place to live, something to eat, a roof over your head, and you are enough.
Yes,
Don't go. You don't have. Of course, you can travel, you can get educated. All that's good, but you yourself,
will
just
be
where
lost.
you are enough."
For me, like going abroad will be too much of a sacrifice.
Yeah.
It will not be worth of anything.
Yeah. I think it's a chimera that we believe maybe there's something, some shiny object that we want over there. But I also appreciate your comment about materialism, that we see these cars and these clothes and this jewelry, but it's an empty
Yes.
trip. Pema, if you had a magic wand, what is your ultimate dream?
Um, it might sound silly, but I really want my kings to be proud of me.
No,
That is
not
one.
silly at all.
Yeah, I have so many, but that is on my number one bucket list, top list.
Very nice, very nice. And well, that leads me to the next question: who is your idol?
Um, it's it From my childhood days. Like I have always admired our great fourth Tukelpo. Inspired me in so many ways because he became king at the age of 17, where I didn't know where to go on. I was just in high school, but he took responsibility of such a huge responsibility to become a king. So that hit me hard, and he did it right. He ruled it right. So I was very blessed to have him. Then I need to.
I understand.
and and my second great idol is our great fifth king, the fifth Drugalpo, who has been regarded as the people's king and the Bodhisattva king. And I believe he is the people's king. The compassion he carries and everything he is doing for the people, I don't know how I can like regard him or appreciate him. I don't think there is any word to describe. his contribution in serving our country.
I'm so jealous of Bhutan to have such an enlightened and forward-thinking monarch. And
Yes, sir.
everyone I talk to, every story I hear about the kings traveling to the villages on
Yes, sir.
foot, meeting everyone, traveling along the way, and it's just how lucky we are. I feel lucky to be here and
Yes,
to
sir.
be in this country with such leadership and thoughtful way of looking for the future. So we have an opportunity, voice and image. What is your advice to the new and upcoming generation?
I will, if like the first thing I will like to tell them is be enterprising, even if they are not working on their for like the self, even if it is not a self-made business.
Right.
Like be enterprising in whichever field you are working. Be
Yeah.
curious, be eager to learn. So that is the place where you can develop yourself. I think to be anywhere or to be anywhere at any time, the self-development is the most important part in your life. So you don't have to like have an enterprise of your own to like have be curious or be enterprising. You can be enterprising at office also, if you're even working for private sector or even in the government sector also. Like just be enterprising, be curious, try to learn. Maybe like you might not be paid, like you might not be rewarded at that moment, but sometime I think in the future you will be like you will be using those skills.
Yes.
So it's very important, because if I am told that I didn't like become like this, or I didn't, the Shaoulee didn't come up just over a night. It took years of
Yeah.
thing, and education also played a vital role, which I like my country is giving for free.
Yes.
So education also played a vital role. My surrounding played a vital role. So if I'm happy with who I'm today, so it's because of everything that is around me and my curiosity to learn.
Yeah.
So I will love the younger generation to be curious, be enterprising, the forward coming. So always excited to learn in any field, not just business or making money, but any field.
I think there's no better advice than be curious, and don't wait in your job or in your life for someone to tell you what to do. Be proactive. We
Yes,
say
sir.
go out there and learn about. If you're curious about something, if there's a question, go and look for the answer. Go look for, and it's so easy, much easier now than when we were younger. You had to go to the library, but now you can Google it
Yes, sir.
and stay curious as long as you live, and you'll keep growing. So it's not just a lesson for success in business. It's for success in life, because we're always hungry to learn something more and to find something new.
So very soon, I hope I can learn to make so many pastries from you.
No, I'll be glad to teach you. So here's a question I always ask my friends, because it's for my own purposes. But do you have a favorite book or a book that you're reading now that you love?
Currently, I'm reading book on like Buddhist psychologists,
Ah,
but I can't regard them as my favorite. Favorite. But during my childhood days, like in my like younger days when I was in my high school and in my college, I read the book Bhutan 2020. It
ah,
still has like how the Bhutan should be developed. So strategies of how Bhutan should be in the year Bhutan 2020. That still like it was made with the vision and the philosophy of GNS. That still stands as my favorite book,
wonderful.
and I still like regard that book as one of the best made book for Bhutan. So it was like the development of the country, where happiness and where wellness, individual emotional wellness was very much concentrated. So I still love that book. Whenever it's a red cover and nothing there, just a red cover, Bhutan 2020, and it's such a cute one, but a very informative, like very like inspiring book. I know Bhutan is in 2025 and most of the goals are not achieved, but still then we are still trying. So I still love to refer to that book to like come to where I'm standing today. It inspires me a lot.
I'll be sure to get it now that you
Yes,
mentioned it. I'll
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 get
look
you one.
for it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, Lakshmi.
I've learned a lot. I've just enjoyed being here and seeing this beautiful array and amazing business.
Yes, Lakshmi.
Thank you.